Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cryptid Conversations. I'm Caster MJ, and along with me, I have Deadly.
What's up, guys?
And the One-Eyed Crow, aka Cryptid Nation News.
How's it going?
So, before we get started, guys, I'd just like to let everybody know that this podcast is sponsored by Immortal Workshop. You'll be able to find his link down in the description. That is an affiliate link, so it will it'll let him know that you came from Caster's Corner. Or if you're just shopping on his website and you use code Caster's Corner at checkout, it will also let him know that you came from us. So if you guys have been following us, you know that we've been kind of missing for a few weeks, so we apologize about that. It's been kind of some technical difficulties. There's been some hurricanes. There's been some scheduling conflicts.
Oh my God, that was me. I had an electrical box literally explode like I don't know 100 feet from my house while we were recording the other day.
So yeah, last week we were recording an episode and Deadly messed it up for everybody. So you can blame Deadly.
Always.
So since we've been gone for a little bit, we just want to kind of like update people with kind of like what's going on in MetaZoo currently. You know, Seance has been out now for a month, and you know, some new things are starting to come out, and I'm personally excited about them. So I kind of want to talk about them. The first one, which a lot of people know I'm a big fan of, is PinClub. I'm not sure if there's a release date for PinClub yet.
Nope.
There isn't. But the one thing we do know is that it's PinClub official, and they're not doing pins this time. So that to me is very interesting. And I want to get everybody else's opinion before I go into mine. So Deadly, starting with you actually, how do you feel about this whole PinClub official drop that they got going on for Seance?
All right, so
with what we know, that is.
Yeah, with what we've been kind of told so far with the changes that they're doing, I approve of this highly. I do think that there is a capacity for a continued line of pins, but I do like kind of switching off into another realm, which is keychains. So that I actually really do like. I actually have never bought any. I didn't buy any PinClub up until UFO, and I think it kind of
tried to get you to.
Yeah, before. And to be honest, my personal opinion, I think that the PinClub UFO did not get the love that it needed. I don't think it got like the attention that it either it should have gotten, or it just kind of fell through the cracks. So nobody really paid attention to it. And I don't know if they saw that, or because if this is like an executive decision on why they made a change. But I do like the change. But I do like the pins too, because even after buying the first set that I ever bought, I did like them. I like specific ones. So if you really like them, there's like a lot of extra ones that maybe I'm not fond of, that maybe I'll trade, but there are a couple cool pins in these pin boxes. But I do like the switch keychains, more versatility. I can use them for my keys.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So Ian, what do you think about this whole change?
I think I'm more likely to use keychains than pins. So unlike Deadly, I did purchase pins starting with Nightfall, but I went really hard on it in UFO. I think I got 4 cases in UFO. I don't know if I'm ever going to go as hard on them. I know you love the pins, but the clumping is just it's horrendous. One of my cases, I think I had 6 Sherman Beasts. Another case I had 5 Speed Demons. It's like, okay, well, if I'm going to pay
Speed Demon.
$150 for Speed Demon right there. If it's going to be $15 a box, or $150 for 10 boxes, if I'm dropping over $60 on basically repeats of one pin, I'm not going to go that hard on it.
I would say the pins would be better to be mapped. I feel like that pin box would be a better thing to like have as a map thing.
Well,
Right.
I don't think none of the mapping was
Or just
intentional.
guarantee that you're not going to get duplicates, or if you get duplicates, it's only maybe one duplicate of a given pin, something to ensure. And I've seen this a lot with people opening them. I think it was Harley, EpicTube HD, opened a box and he had a ton of Sherman Beasts.
I still don't have a Sherman Beast pin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can give you like 10 of them if you want.
Or a Criddle Creaser.
I can give you a couple of those too. I pulled a bunch of those. And that's the upside too. Is I did get a box that was just full of griddle greasers. So,
That's
Yeah, you
fine.
did. I remember that
paid
night.
off.
That's fine.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'd like to see that addressed. I probably won't go as hard as I did in UFO, even if it is keychains. But I am excited for keychains because I will actually use that on a daily basis. Where pins, it's more of a I'm going to a MetaZoo event, or I know you have them up in your office at work, MJ. I don't have an office at work anymore, so
I got look at my backpack, dude. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
The green screen, you're not gonna be able to see them, but this is what I go to work with every day.
I'd be too scared that I would lose them. I'd be too scared they'd rip off of my bag.
He's got duplicates of all of them.
I do, but
He does.
but so I've learned now. Occasionally, I'll be walking and you hear ding 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 ding, and you turn around and there's a pin on the ground. So like I learned the sound now. You know what I mean?
Dude.
I know the
So it's a
sound.
thing. Like that's PTSD. That's what they call.
It's a thing. And also, if for some reason, most of the time I put my backpack on my seat, my passenger seat of the car, but if I put it on like the floor and I have to pull it up, it might like hit the seat and you know what I mean? Like it'll pull some pin off or something like that sometimes, But the good thing is that the back of the pin just falls into the little part that you're afraid to lose. The little part that I'm afraid to lose the most just falls into the backpack. So
Makes sense.
That's convenient.
yeah, it works out at least,
Scratches up your alt art. Nothing.
No.
Yeah, I got 4 alt art pins. That's it.
He's
I have
proud.
one.
He wanted. I don't have any.
I have Van Meter.
I want all of them though.
Are you missing Van Meter? Because I have a Van Meter.
I am missing a Van Meter.
That's yours.
For pro.
Yeah, so I think my long-winded response is basically I kind of missed the CN1 days or the Cryptid Nation pin days where you get to pick the pins you wanted versus the blind box. But, that doesn't work for
That's a
secret
valid
rares
point.
if you're going to seed stuff like that in,
Yeah.
which we saw with UFO. So, I'd like to see it go back to that, but I doubt it will.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I actually like that about CN1, how you could choose what you wanted. And some of that's still available too, which is actually kind of surprising to me. That CN1 pins are still pretty available for the most part. Like if you eBay them or something like that, you'll find them and you'll be able to afford them for the most part.
They're still MSRP. I bought a Babe pin for Salem because I went as Paul Bunyan. I got it for $15. I was like, all right, cool.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're pretty reasonable still. And that Babe pin is actually one of my favorite of all the pins that have been released.
It's probably going to be green screened out, but no, it's not.
No, it's actually pretty good.
It is.
It is
It's a very,
a
very
really
nice pin.
but it's so shiny, that one. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful to me. But yeah, no, I'm the pin guy here. And I'm okay with this change and I'm actually excited for it. I got too many pins now. I'm not normally a pin collector. I've only started collecting pins with MetaZoo. And honestly, it's just because I like the quality of the metal and everything that they were made out of. I have some hippie friends that are into pins and stuff like that, and they got all these pins, and they're pretty crappy quality, a lot of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real. So when I felt these for the first time, and I got a box, my first pin that I ever got was I bought a whole box of Nightfall PinClub. Actually, it was from Pallet Town Poke Shop. And he gave me a good deal for it because it was when they were just starting to come out with, I guess, like the second wave or whatever. So he was trying to get rid of the first wave or something like that. And I scooped one of them up and I pulled the Alt Art Mothman. And I was very stoked about that. That's actually kind of probably what kept fueling it, making me want to buy more of the pins. But I love the quality of it. I was like, these are sturdy sturdy pins. They feel good. They look pretty. They look better in person than they do on camera for sure.
Yeah.
If you watch like people rip boxes of them, like, yeah, they might look good, but once you have them in hand, like you notice like little details that you don't notice on the camera. You notice certain parts where it might be like sparkly and where you can't see it on things like that. Where when I was feeling them, I was like, damn, I like these. So now if they're going to bring that quality to a keychain, I'm all in. You know what I mean? Because I really only enjoy them because it's something metal that's tangible, that's quality, that I could display to other people. And like, I'm not displaying my cards in, you know, all over my office or anything like that. But if I have like my keys on my desk, that's displaying MetaZoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I have my keys on the dining room table at somebody's party, that's now displaying MetaZoo somewhere. Like, I love that idea. You know what I mean? It's gonna spread it, and it's gonna be a quality product at the same time. It's gonna be that nice metal that they use with the nice finish and the coat and the shininess and everything that they do. I love the quality of them, honestly. So I'm real stoked for it. But honestly, I do think it's I was hinting at, I think it's a great way to spread like the game itself too. Hey, what is that? I get all the time with my pins, and like, I'm not carrying my pins with me everywhere, but they go, what? I've never seen that Pokemon before. I'm like, that's not you know what I mean? And what is that? And it branches from there. Yeah. But literally every time it's, what Pokemon is that? I swear to God. Like, I get that all the time. Or I get people who go, I know that Pokemon. And I'm like, no, you don't.
You're wrong.
But yeah. So we don't really have much information on the pins besides the fact that we know that they are going to be keychains.
Yeah, they had a spoiler, I think, right? I think, what was it? The Manchak sunken skulls or skeletons?
Sunken skeletons.
And was it an alt one too? It was shiny.
It looked like glow in the dark.
It was pretty,
black back.
Yeah, it was pretty shiny, and it looked like it would glow in the dark again, possibly even.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so all of the alt arts, they have a black back, where the rest, if it's not alt, it has the bronze, silver, or gold bags.
True.
So that one was an alt. And we've also seen Walking Sam, Giraffe Possum, the back of Giraffe Possum. And
we've seen
Chibi
Walking
Babe, which is my
Sam?
favorite.
We've seen more.
We've seen Walking
Okay.
Sam.
I only crossed over
I'm with you,
the
Deadly.
sunken skulls.
It's like you guys don't even watch Cryptid Nation news.
Did you show a picture of it?
Yeah, I've talked about it multiple times.
Bro, they just posted that like the other day. Don't tell me you already made like 3 videos like last month on it.
And you want
It was a MetaZoo hour a week and a half ago or so, and then this last week's episode.
So
I'll be honest with you.
Spoilers.
9 out of 10 times, I'm listening to you while I'm driving, so I'm not watching your video.
No, it's okay. I don't watch your videos either.
Yeah, and he turns it down to like volume level 1.
I'm getting the info I need, you know. I'm learning about when the drops are. That's what I need to know.
Yeah, except for you didn't get any hero quests.
Which, all right, we'll go there.
Let's go there.
Before we segue to that, I do have a question.
Okay.
We're on the subject of PinClub. Has PinClub done any exclusive releases outside of NYCC?
Not for MetaZoo that I'm aware of.
I hate you for flashing those because it reminded me that I don't have one.
I don't know, bro.
Like,
trust me, I don't have any of them either.
I don't care. The ding bell and the frog are so nice.
The ding bell's what I want so bad. Ding bell's one of my favorite species in the game too. I love ding bell. I love token.
I'm just gonna.
Oh no!
I'm gonna turn that off for a second, so you guys can see the beauty.
It is a beauty.
That is these pins.
They look bigger too. Are they bigger?
That's a good question.
I don't know. In perspective to what? Because look at this.
The other pins.
This is about the same size.
This one glows in the dark.
Yeah, this
one's about the same size.
That frogman looks huge to me though, for some reason.
Yeah, I think they are.
They're about the
same. The babe is tiny.
I mean, yeah, the babe is small, or that's
they do look a little bit bigger. Yeah,
they're definitely bigger.
Yeah, they do look bigger.
I don't have another pin on my desk.
It's also a way different packaging than we're used to for anything that we've seen PinClub as well.
Yeah.
We've seen the one with the window, like we were talking with Cryptid Nation, where you could see the physical pin in the window of the box, and then the other ones are blind boxes where it's in the box and it's just cardboard box basically. So you don't know what you get until you open it.
They did give a preview of the box. It looks like they were going to give it in, so it will be a blind box for the keychains as well. They're going to continue. It looked like they're going to continue that.
Yeah, if they're going to do any form of alt art or secret rare, I think they have to.
I guess,
So actually, that reminds me. That reminds me. Before we move on to the next topic as well, I did have this point to make as well. Because you were saying how you kind of were hoping maybe they would go away from that. I've experienced a little bit of clumping in the Pin Club. I've been pretty actually fortunate in not.
That wasn't horrible.
I don't get the worst clumping in Pin Club. But literally, I open them. I'm a sucker for the alts. I'm chasing the alts. That's like what I'm doing with Pin Club. Honestly, I'm hoping. I love them. I don't know why. I got that Mothman that glue. It glows in the dark, and I didn't even know it at first. I was just like, I just literally like put it on my. I was living in a different house at the time, and I had like the nice shelf in my room, and I had. Display case and stuff like that, and then I ended up like putting the pin in one of these cases, and I turned my lights off, and I was like, "What the heck?"
I remember it was out for months, the Nightfall set, and I remember it was Mike or Andy posted something like, "Oh yeah, you guys finally figured out that it glows in the dark," and he posted a picture of it glowing in the dark.
So after I pulled that card, and like I experienced like that joy, I guess I should call it, because that's what I was feeling. I just kind of like have been chasing the dragon with that, I guess, you know, trying to relive those moments. And honestly, with UFO, pulling the UFO, I just got the normal glow in the dark alt, not like the fossil, not like the meteorite one. Fossil, not like the meteorite one. But still, I was like, holy crap! And then what was even crazier? It's not my favorite one from the set by any means, but I got a non-hollow Sky Snake card, and I still got the alt pin with that card, and I was like, "What?" Like I was not expecting that at all. You know what I mean?
I got a hollow Van Meter, regular Van Meter with my alt Van Meter pin.
So that was very like I was just like, "Damn, another Sky Snake, whatever." Like I'm on like my third box or whatever of 10 or whatever. I'm like, whoa, it's the pin though, you know? I was like,
and that's exactly why anytime I open something that could have an alt pin, I still open the pin even if I already, have a base pin.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was a lot. It's a lot of fun to me.
I think you just uncovered the secret rare pins for native fossil bone.
Fossil. That would be fire. That would be fire.
Bone pins.
See, I'm just out here predicting the future, dude.
Let it be known.
But all right, so we'll segue into. We'll go out of order, Deadly.
I looked down and I was like, Hiroquest. I know I just jumped over something, but it's okay, right?
It's all right. We're chill here. So yes, another new release that happened in the past week was Hiroquest 2.0. I know a lot of people were asking for this. A lot of people were excited for this. A lot of people were anticipating this. A lot of people bought this, and I am not one of those a lot of people. I did not
saving up for that Pin Club.
I did not partake in this one. But I know both of you guys did, so I'll let you guys start with this. So Deadly, what's up with Hiroquest? What are you excited about?
I'm gonna be quick because I don't know a whole lot. Ian, I think, knows a little bit more, but I purchased handful of them. I'm excited for them. There's like what? There's like four blisters. Am I wrong on that or am I right? Four
blisters. Yeah.
Okay. And that's about as much as I'm going to say. I'm going to say there's 4 different blisters, and I think there's a lot of new cards, if not all, and I'm excited. You should have gone to Ian first. That's all I have to say.
Maybe I'll circle back then.
Yes, circle back after. Yeah, so four blisters. There's 4 partnerships: Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon AMP, which I was surprised about that it was specifically AMP and not Amazon's music service.
Yeah, that's weird.
And YouTube Music. and they'll all have QR codes that'll bring you to the service for that specific card. So what's unclear there is every card going to be stamped with that, or is it just the blister promos that are stamped with that? And I'm kind of hoping it's just the blister promos, because the cleaner the cards are, in my opinion, the better.
Yeah,
I agree.
And for a collectability standpoint, for a master set standpoint, are people going to be collecting a master set of every single service if they're stamped, specifically as YouTube, Amazon, etc.
Yeah.
Something new with this over HeroQuest 1 or Genesis is that there's going to be non-hollows and reverse hollows, which I'm pretty excited about. I think that's going to make it much more playable, because I don't think everyone's going to want to be putting their I know you play your holographic Ghost Train, but that's what, like, it's a $50 card right now. That's, so that ups the cost of your spellbook, or the value of your spellbook, which, for me as a player, yeah, right there it is.
So
for me as a player, I'm not gonna, unless I'm going to some special event like Caster's Cup, I'm not gonna bling out my spellbook. I want to be as cheap as possible with the stuff that I'm, messing around with for practice. But
I agree with the cleaner the card, the better, though. I just wanted to. Yeah. I was literally looking for this card after you mentioned that, because it's just a personal opinion of mine. I don't understand what. I know I can't see this the best, but why do they
the HeroQuest stamp?
Why do they put it here for some of them, and then here for others, when it's always going to be cleaner here? Like April Fools was here, Halloweens are here.
Yeah, they went back to it for Halloween.
Then how come they go? Then how come then they go up here for some
partnerships? Partnerships tend to be within the art itself, and then set logos like fan art and whatnot are typically what go down in the bottom.
Okay.
Left.
So they may add. I mean, what if they added like the or not? I guess like whatever service they add down there to the left. So HeroQuest 2.0 will be where HeroQuest was, and then the service will be bottom left. Maybe they start messing around like that.
See, that would be nice. See, that would be at least
from the mock-ups we've seen, it's the opposite. I think it's the service is in the bottom. Where HeroQuest is.
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, all right. Well, either way, it's compromise, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess
you're doing partnerships. You need to advertise, right?
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But there's still a lot of unknowns with HeroQuest 2.0 as well. Print run is unknown.
So 12 cards on a booster?
Unknown.
Is that made up?
There was the mock-up of Chi-Chi, the pack art. But the problem with that mock-up is if you actually, it said HeroQuest on it and all of that. It said 12 cards per pack. If you actually read the text on the side of the pack, it described, it's the seance description. It goes into the whole, description of seance and what it means, and the setup for the story of seance and all that kind of stuff on the back text. So I'm treating it as if it's a mock-up. Yeah,
gotcha.
With fan art, we saw $10 blisters with 4 cards. I think it's going to be similar. 3 or 4 cards, $10 blister packs.
Yeah, I could see something like
treating
that.
it as a special card.
Now, like you said, we don't know how many cards are in the set. Do we know if there are going to be reprints in the set, or are they only new cards?
So reserve list, we know that any of the HeroQuest 1 specific or HeroQuest Genesis specific cards are reserve list.
Correct,
so
yeah.
Those would not be like, Unstable Isotope, 011,
yeah.
010.
I meant more in reference to like how they did like Iowa Dragon for HeroQuest. Are they going to do like, I don't know, like Father Sam?
Well, I thought there was a rumor like injured or something.
Father Sam can't be.
Oh, I guess that's true too. He's on the reserve list also, but
yeah.
Well, Bart, you knew which one I was referencing. But
yes, I did. Yeah. So we've already seen Alaskan Ice Monster. We've seen
Okay. Okay, so there's going to be some seance.
Those are both promos.
Some seance and some UFO.
You're going to see some UFO and seance reprints.
That's awesome.
One of the beasties on the blister, to me, looks like a variant of Grim Reaper. Looks like a blue hued Grim Reaper. It has the crown floating over its head. So it could be similar. It could be something else. To me, it gave me some Grim Reaper vibes there. So I think we might be getting maybe another Grim Reaper. Another pack art that is you don't get to see the whole art of the blister pack because it had the promo and the card in front of it on the image that I saw, but it has this white and blue and kind of has this like mutant kind of appendage coming up behind the blister pack. I'm wondering if we're going to see another Mothman. So we know Hero's going to be re-released. They already announced that ages ago.
I still need a Hero.
I don't have a Hero either. And with Hiroquest 2.0 coming out, Hero's going to be even more powerful, right? The power that uses the aura by 2.
I was trying to get.
I think we might see a Mothman reprint as a different faction than Extant. So in Genesis, he was Extant. I think he's going to be what was Sam St. Clair's faction in Genesis? The art gives me the same vibes that Sam St. Clair's mutant art did for Genesis, which we don't have the card in front of us. We're not. I don't
remember.
And we're going to see Hero as a new faction as well. My guess is Extant because the Black Pullet Ring was pulled in Genesis. So the story there is that Hero recovered the Black Pullet Ring. I think that's going to transform his faction into Extant. So I think we're going to get a zombie variant of Hero.
And Hero wears the rings, right?
I think he needs to collect all of the rings to travel back into the past or something. I don't know the full story there. But
so I would assume there's another ring in the set as well.
Oh, there's a bunch.
Okay.
I think there's one per faction.
Gotcha.
So do you know the story with Hero? Do you know who Hero is? So the high level is that Hero is an evergreen caster and he's a time traveler. So the story of Hiroquest or what we're experiencing with these cards is an alternate future where Indrid wins. So Hero is in the future. He's learning about what's going on there. He's again, I don't know the full story here. For some reason, needs to collect these rings, and then I think the ultimate end goal is then Hero can go back in time and alter the events of the past so that Indrid doesn't win the war. So I think we're leading these 5 rings into war next summer as well. So I think this is going to be the second HeroQuest drop in 3 months. Yeah, I think we're going to get 3 more by the time that war comes out.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope. That is, I like that. Honestly, I didn't know that about the story. I'm sorry, Tumantic, if you released a video on it. But no, that's pretty dope, actually. I used to watch a show on Prime that was like an alternate reality if like Hitler won World War II. Something like in the High Castle. Yeah, something like, so yeah, and like that's what I was thinking. That's awesome to me. It's literally, I'm into like whole alternate reality type of things and expanding my mind in that way and stuff. So yeah, that's a cool perspective on it, actually. Yeah. Now that I know that, the artwork makes a little more sense, actually. I was kind of wondering like what was influencing this, but yeah, that definitely makes me understand it a little more.
Yeah, and because it's in the future, I know we won't because of just the way IPs work and whatnot. It'd be interesting if we saw future beasties from future sets, like if we, some yokai or some grim beasties got mixed in.
Yeah, that would be dope, but,
dude. That would kind of ruin the surprises of future sets. But
for sure,
it is what it is.
So yeah, I'm actually excited for HeroQuest. I just did not buy any. And there's a few.
I will say I didn't go as hard as I did on Genesis.
So yeah, I went hard on Genesis.
I did the same thing as I did on Genesis. I bought a couple more, I think, this time.
Oh geez.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my reasoning was that I'm trying to move, so I'm trying to save some money. You know what I mean? And B is that I know that retailers were able to get this. So I know that there's going to be a number of stores selling this where if I do decide to change my mind and spend some money and stuff like that, I'll still be able to get my hands on it, most likely. At a reasonable cost. I'm assuming it might be more than what it was released for, but it's still, I would assume, hopefully be reasonable if MetaZoo's partners are the ones selling it. That is, you know what I mean?
I think they have to sell.
Well, don't buy it from me then. Just kidding.
I wouldn't.
So,
Just kidding. I'm ripping it.
With Genesis, we saw a 5 times increase, right? At one point, I think
it's
we're
crazy.
down to
Yeah,
4 times increase. Roughly. I don't think we're going to see that with 2.0.
No. I don't think so
and that's
either.
because the print run is much higher than so Genesis had a print run of 30,000.
Yeah.
And we've seen a public release, we've seen an NFT release, and we know that partners are getting access to these. So the availability of 2.0 is going to be much greater. So I don't think we're going to see a 5 times increase like we did.
Take a look at the.
But I think you might see double.
Take a look at the take a look at the secondary market on Hiroquest, and you see that majority. I mean, everything yes is 4 times, but majority of the hitters are all reprints. And if you're getting a set that is majority not reprints, then people have to grow attachments to these new ones. They have to really be wowed by what they're going to receive. And then MetaZoo's hoping that the Hiroquest that was the previous Genesis is able to transfer over into the 2.0 with the same enjoyment, same desire. So it's a bold move, but I mean I'm happy because I like new cards. I don't want reprints. I actually only buy very specific reprints. I just sell most of them because I just want main sets.
I agree.
But the new cards are exciting for me. So that's why I bought that's why I bought more I bought a bunch. And I want it. I want the full set.
So Ian, aren't there non-hollows in this one too?
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of what I'm excited for because I'm more likely to incorporate these cards into my spellbooks.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few from Genesis that I want to play, like Black Bullet Ring. I see a lot of value to that. There's maybe 1 or 2, valuable artifacts you could pull back in from Limbo with that artifact right now, but any future 3 cost or less artifact can be pulled back in with Black Bullet Ring. So there's a lot of utility for the future. But a lot of the Genesis cards, it's really the reprints that are, like you said, are the hitters, or the ones that people would really use. You're using Ghost Train, for instance.
Yeah.
I do think there's some utility to some of the other ones, but I'm not going to mess around with them because, they're rare hollows, essentially, that I'd be messing around with if I wanted to put them in my spell. Maybe I'll proxy with them, but...
Yeah. No, so that is actually one of the factors also for me not purchasing it, was that I might be able to get some of these cards that I need if I need to build a deck with them or I want to add them to a deck I have or something like that. I might be able to get them even just from a teammate who's got 7 extra copies of a non-hollow card and they don't,
And
I figured it might be easier just for me to get some of these cards, not necessarily for me to make a binder out of them and collect the whole set. Like without buying it, I'm not going to be able to do that type of thing probably. But for me to get what I need as a player, it's probably going to be easier for me. That was my thought process.
We're actually switching. If you think about it, we went from a 1 card pack to definitely more than 1 card. We can guarantee
it's in a
that.
I think it's been confirmed.
It's in a
more than
blister.
one. I don't think
So the dividing factor with the market would be that there's more cards going to be supplied with the pack, but then it also has those non-hollows. So I think that it still potentially can translate to a 4 or 5 times, give or take what the hits are. But yeah, MJ, you're not wrong. There's potential that you could just buy the whole set non-hollow and then grab those 2 or 3 hollows that you need. And then also it's dangerous too because you don't know what these cards are going to say for play sets. And if you're a player, play sets will be the death of you.
Yeah.
Depending on what the card is. Because I just bought 2 cursed contracts and that was a lot of money.
I have none still.
The thing I will say about that is we've seen the blister pack arts, and one of them, Chi-Chi, which is a new beastie, is 10 per spellbook.
Well, hopefully I get 10 of those blister packs right off rip, and then I'm like, all right,
I do like this though. So now that I would have never remembered this unless you said it, but I do like how the card is Chi Chi and a song on Hiroquest is Chi Chi. I love that. I do. I love that. They made a beastie out of one of the songs on the Hiroquest album. So I thought that was, when I saw that, I was like, that's awesome. At least they're like
incorporating some stuff in.
Yeah, they're intertwining it all together, you know? So that actually made me really happy. I was like, that's pretty cool. And the beginning of that song too, it's literally like, I don't even know where it comes from, but it's like a recording from somebody on, like, it sounds like a radio station or something like that. They'll be like, what does Chi Chi mean? What does it do? What is it? You keep saying my Chi Chi. What does that mean? It's just like, it means my Chi Chi. Like, it doesn't mean anything, basically, apparently. I don't know. But like, it didn't explain it in that intro, basically. But yeah, I was like, this is dope, man. They're making it all come together, you know.
So we know what your favorite card you're looking forward to, right? Chi-Chi.
What's my favorite card? The Chi Chi?
You're looking forward to the Chi Chi.
It's the only one I know. It is cool looking. It is cool looking, I will say. And being that we live in South Florida, that song is like a South Florida song. That song again.
I know what you're referring to. I remember the beginning being some weird thing like that, and I was like, "What is this?" It's
like reggaeton. It's like it's like any song you hear walking down the street in Miami. You know what I mean? Any restaurant you're at in Miami is playing that type of music. But yeah,
there is one thing I forgot to mention.
Go ahead.
With this set as well, and it's that Mike had announced that there will be secret rares seeded in, or I don't know if we're considering it secret rares, but redeemable cards for some type of event that was not disclosed.
That's true. That is true.
So my guess is that it's for like Steve Aoki concert or something like that. Andy had taken questions in the chat at one point, and people were kind of saying that, and he was like, close, but not really. So, you know, there's been some hints of what it kind of could be. But there's going to be some special redeemable cards seeded into Hiroquest 2.0.
Okay, so I won't be getting those, but but hopefully you guys do. But good luck to everybody else out there. So I have nothing else to say about HeroQuest though. I am excited about it, even though I didn't buy any.
You fool.
But if there's anything else you guys would like to say about HeroQuest, speak now, or we'll be moving on to the next topic.
Ian said it all.
All right.
Awkward silence.
So the last topic we have to close out is about how this week MetaZoo announced the MetaZoo Foundation. I think it's amazing. Something that they've been leaking and talking about, hinting towards, whatever you want to call it, for a while now, I want to say. And now they finally, released a product that is going towards the MetaZoo Foundation and for the MetaZoo Foundation, and they announced what the MetaZoo Foundation is, essentially. And I'm real excited for it. So, the time of recording this, they released it yesterday. On Monday the 14th, I believe that was. Yeah, Monday the 14th, they released the announcement about the MetaZoo Foundation, and it was in regards to the Tahoe Tessie promo card. And they announced that they will be raising money for charities that have to do with autism, mental health, veterans, and cryptozoology. I think all of this is awesome, but I just want to get, again, everybody else's opinions and what they're excited about and things like that. So since last time I messed up by going to Deadly, this time I'm going to go to Ian.
Wow.
So Ian, talk
How do you
to us
feel about that?
I'm completely fine with that. I've accepted my role here.
Talk to us about the foundation, man. What do you know? What are you excited about?
See, you touched on the high level, right? It's going to be used to help raise funds for nonprofits and small businesses, stuff that focuses on autism, mental health, veteran support, and cryptozoology. The inaugural partnership is with Autism Instruct. Autism Instruct supplies educational materials and equipment in autism classrooms, and tips for parents with children that have autism. So that foundation was founded by Gary, King Pokemon, and his wife, and their daughter, Akara, has autism. So it's something that is very personal to them as well. So, that's the highlight. I mean, it's really where we are right now is we're just kind of finding out about this. We know that the first partnership is Autism Instruct, and that over the next few months, they're going to be adding other nonprofits, small businesses, streamers. Actually, it was announced just a few hours ago that LPA is going to be the first streamer that's going to be partnered with the foundation, which makes sense.
It does.
It does. So there's a lot that's still kind of unknown with the foundation. I'm excited to see where they go with it, the nonprofits and the businesses that they choose to support. And if anybody here listening is a nonprofit, small business, or streamer that's interested in supporting the foundation, you can reach out to foundation@metazoogames.com and express your interest there.
Now,
I didn't just write an article on this today that I'm have in front of me.
I was wow. I was like, this is perfect. I mean, we should just cut after this. What else do I have to say about it? Right?
Now, since you have that information in front of you right now, I know they made an announcement about how much money they raised in a certain amount of time. Do you have that information right there?
$50,000 in less than an hour.
That's incredible. That's honestly incredible.
Yep. So that money was raised.
No, I was asking MJ. Did you add into that? Were you a part of it?
I did. No, I did add into this. Yeah.
Good.
So for background knowledge, I'm just gonna blow Deadly's anonymity here. We both kind of work in the mental health field. So I actually stand strongly for everything that's going on here with all this. Mental health is very close to me in my life and everything like that. I have family members who suffer from a lot of it. A lot of friends of mine suffer from different mental health and things like that. So yeah, I would definitely always pretty much support any of these drops if they continue to do them in the future, which I'm assuming they will be. It doesn't matter what it is. Once I know it's going towards a good cause like that, I'm just gonna throw some money towards it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 50,000 in 1 hour. That's actually, that shows the love of the MetaZoo community right there. I feel like,
Yeah. That was from a promo called Turkey Day Tahoe Tessie that they were selling for $5 each. So it's 10,000 promos that were sold.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The card is awesome, honestly. It's called Turkey Day. That's what it's called. Turkey Day Tahoe Tessie.
Turkey Day Tahoe Tessie.
Okay, so that makes sense to me because it does give like the autumn vibes and everything like that. Yeah, I actually like I'm a November baby. My birthday is next week actually. So I love autumn. That's my favorite time of the year. So I just love the vibes in that picture. Honestly. But yeah, it's I think it's cool that they also incorporated the artist as well. That has to do with the charity that they're donating to.
I do wonder if they're going to be doing that going forward, or if that was a special case because Gary is closely associated with MetaZoo.
I was wondering the same thing. That was pretty much what I was just going to hint at. But yeah, if they're able to get like somebody, let's say with like mental health, who's like a spokesperson for mental health, that's well known for mental health, and they could do a card or something like that, or like a veteran who's well known and they do work for veterans and stuff like that, and they could do one for their charity, things like that. I think that would be a great way to keep these partnerships going and keep raising money and keep everybody involved, type of thing.
Absolutely. And for those who don't know, the art was done by Akara, Gary's daughter, and Poncho.
True. Yes. Yes. So So Deadly, what's your opinion on all this MetaZoo Foundation as well as Tahoe Turkey Day Tahoe Tessie?
So forgive me, Tahoe Tessie was blurred out, right? I couldn't see the mechanics of it.
They released the mechanics of it.
It's full? Okay. Then I can't remember what it
read
was.
You the mechanics.
Yeah, tell me what it is. I remember it's like looks like almost like a chassis or Lapras, right?
Yeah, essentially. Like many of the beasties.
Chassis.
So Turkey Day Tahoe Tessie, it's 1 per spell book, 1 neutral, 2 water, 60 LP. If I think is that I don't remember the Terra symbol there. Is that lake? Anyway, 40 LP, 40 damage on a single Terra. So this is, I think, something I know episode got thrown away last week, didn't it? Something we talked about last week is seeing cards that have Terra bonuses with dual benefits, LP and damage. So this one is 40 to each. It has a power called Turkey Hand Tessie. If you make a turkey or fish sound, you may place the bottom of your palm on the top of this page, and if you do, beasties and artifacts your fingers can touch from this position recover 20 LP. And for the attack, it's called Thankful Doodles. It does 10 damage. And the 4th wall effect on that is if this beastie has an official MetaZoo artist drawing on it, other than the official art, this attack deals plus 20 damage, so that'll bring it to 30. It's also strong against fire on the attack, and then or advantage on the card itself is earth and fire. So fire, it actually gets plus 40.
Now, does it say, I'm sorry, I know you just read it. Does it say MetaZoo official artist?
It does. So I'm wondering if, because Akara is
that's literally what I was wondering.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was wondering. I would like to know that, honestly. So I don't want just some random artist. no offense, Lily or Jet, but but I would want her to doodle on it. Honestly, probably if I go to like a Collecticon or something like that, and Gary and the family are there, like that's who I'm asking to doodle on that thing.
That's a cool card.
I am curious what doodles you'd want to see on Tahoe Tessie, because I feel like with that effect, there's going to be a lot of requests of what people want drawn on it.
Artist choice, always in my opinion, always go with artists. Dealer's choice, artist choice.
It's definitely a cool card.
It is a cool card. I'd like to see Dingbell riding Tahoe Tessie.
Yeah, that would be
That's funny.
That's
very funny.
I might have met every artist. But I met almost every artist, if not every artist, and I've never asked them for anything specific. I just let them always do what they want, and half of them just doodle stuff on their own accord, and I'm just like, this is dope.
Kelsey really likes to doodle.
So yeah, I got she drew like a little Mothman on my Mothman. She drew like Mothman's head on my CN1 Mothman that she signed. But
I don't have mine within reach, but I got a Humple Dumple signed by her, and she did a Humple Dumple sketch on it.
That's dope. Yeah, I think the first person who did it was when Deadly and I went to Orlando for Collecticon this year. Bruins. I gave him a Prism Aura Tree Topper, which was foreshadowing the Prism Aura, apparently, which we should have realized. But it was the Christmas tree with like the tree topper, and he drew a Flatwoods monster like peeking out from the Christmas tree, essentially. And I was like, this is so dope. Like I was so stoked. Awesome. I was so stoked that he did that. Honestly, like at first I was like, what is he doing? And then I was like, oh shit, he's drawing something. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So ever since that, I was like, I didn't know that was a thing that people did, and now I'm all for it. But I won't ask anybody to do it. Like if you just want to do it and you're comfortable doing it, you're the artist. You know what I mean? It's your card. You own that card in my. You made that card. Yeah. I wouldn't have it in my hand right now if you didn't draw it. So do whatever you want. Yeah.
You do have to be careful if you have plans to use, the card. Some people, I think, not everybody, obviously, but some people do like to play with signed cards. It's legal to play with signed cards.
Yeah.
But if it's signed in a certain way or doodled on in a certain way, it's not playable. If certain information on the card is covered, you can't play it.
I did not know that, but that makes sense.
If you are getting it signed or doodled with intent to do that, just make sure they know, so they know not to cover like the name and the costs and effects and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
I will
just the picture, right?
Yeah, pretty
basically,
much.
that's the safest
art.
spot is just the art, the art box.
Yeah. Swifty has a Caster's Cup Celebrations promo signed by every single artist.
Nice.
And he tries to use that all the time.
Like, nope, either you get a piece of cloth and some water and wipe it off,
rub
or
that off.
you ain't allowed to play it.
Yeah, shout out to Swifty.
Swifty.
But yeah, I'm very curious as to what foundations they could donate to for cryptozoology. I understand that is MetaZoo's niche, so it makes sense for them to include something that goes along with their theme. But I personally don't know of any cryptozoology foundations that they might, or nonprofits, I should say. I guess they're including nonprofits.
So nonprofits and small businesses. So it doesn't have to be a nonprofit.
Okay. So I guess that opens some more doors, but still, I'm not aware of much, I should say.
There's definitely a few. There's the Mothman Museum in West Point. In Portland, Maine, there's a cryptozoology museum. So they could start bolstering some of these things that are small companies that are trying to get cryptozoology out there a little more.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think of like the Mothman Museum and places like that. But yeah, that would qualify. Do you know if there's a spot for the Jersey Devil in Jersey? Is there like a Jersey Devil museum? Because I'm going to be close to that area. So when I move, I would love to see that shit. But I don't. I lived in Jersey for 18 years and I've never heard.
There's something called the Paranormal Museum in Ashbury Park, New Jersey.
Oh shit! I know exactly.
We all have Google in front of us, man.
Yeah.
Man, I rely on you. Okay, man, you are better than Google because you filter out the BS for me.
Yeah. You can read through and give us the Spark Notes.
I surround myself with more educated people.
So he doesn't have to.
So looking at some images on their website, there is like a shrine dedicated to the Jersey Devil at that place. So yes.
I'll be there next summer because that's also a beach, Asbury Park. So I'll be there in the summertime.
Oh, this place looks awesome. Can I come visit?
Sure. Sure. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the MetaZoo Foundation either. Deadly, do you have anything you want to say about Tahoe Tessie or the Foundation?
I was gonna say it's a cool card. There's potential for some mechanics in there. If you think about it, it's similar to Beast of Busco with the whole palm thing, but it's doing the opposite. Instead of killing them, you're adding
in
life.
a Beast of Busco deck. Actually, it probably would work well together.
Maybe, I don't know. There's definitely something there with that card, and it's cool. So, and then kudos to MetaZoo for finally setting up some charity work. So, I mean, it's good that every company needs to do that, in my opinion. It's just, I mean, you're setting yourself into the public eye and kind of just, want to show what you're emulating with the company and what directions you're looking to go in. So it's just a good thing. I know every company that I've ever been involved in, and I know my family, my dad, everybody, like he's always going, he's like, for Christmas, you go and he'd be like wrapping presents and he has to like bring presents and stuff. And like, there's just certain things that companies do and every company does it. It's cool that they're starting actually so early on. To be completely honest, it's extremely early to be setting up charity work. And donating. So
I'm a strong believer in karma. So it's like if you're giving stuff back, you're gonna get some good in return, type of thing. The more good you put out into the universe, the more good will come back in return. That's just a personal belief of mine. I believe in energy and things like that, and the more good energy I try to spread out into the universe, I feel like the more good energy I then return back in return. But yeah, Ian, anything else you would like to share on this whole MetaZoo Foundation topic?
I think we covered a good amount. The only thing that I'd like to say is just if there's any way that you think you can help, definitely reach out to foundation@metazoogames.com to offer your support. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to see what I can do. I don't sell things, so I don't have a way necessarily, or just kind of the things that I do to necessarily bring money into the charity. But if there's any way that I can help, I want to.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. So with that does conclude our episode for this week. Ian, I'm just going to pass the torch right back to you. Go ahead and explain to everybody what your channel is and what you do and where they can find you and things like that.
Yeah, so I run Cryptid Nation News, a YouTube channel on YouTube, which just covers MetaZoo news, release dates for things, what's happened in the last week, what's going to be happening in the coming week. We've been seeing a few things that have been just kind of surprise drops, so I try to get on and make sure those are announced there as well. So if you want to keep up to date with MetaZoo in a casual weekly manner, definitely follow Cryptid Nation News. We also, three of us, as well as Tormentic, Harley, and John from Immortal Workshop, write articles for Metazoo Archives. We have been slacking lately. I am getting back to it. But you can go there for news articles, lore updates, event updates, stuff like that. So definitely check out MetaZooArchives.com.
Awesome. Deadly, is there anything you want to say before I go to my little announcements?
No.
Yes.
I feel like you literally just asked me and then came and said something, and then you were like, Ian, and then you were like, but Deadly, and then after I say that, well, let me tell you, I'm very happy with MetaZoo. All right, Matt, and then you're gonna go back to Ian. I don't know. Sorry. No, I don't have anything to say. I like to play MetaZoo. That's it.
I'll say Deadly's announcement for him. If you want to play any games, come check out.
Hit me up on Discord.
Yeah. So last week, actually, we were potentially going to finish out the episode when your internet went out. You know what I mean? And we were like, hopefully his file saved and we could still release this episode and stuff. So I was like, all right. And Deadly's announcement is now, hey guys, welcome. Let's play some games in the Discord.
Hey guys.
Yeah, hey guys.
I just sit in gameplay one all night. No one comes by.
Just join the Discord and play some games. Yeah, I was like making fun of you basically. But no, for real.
It's all good.
You'll find the link. No, you'll find the link to our Discord down in the description below. And it's a Discord all about MetaZoo. There's pretty much a tab for anything you could think of, and we all play games in there. So if you're looking to play games, come check it out. Just there's a section for looking to play. You could just, hey, I'm looking to play. If anybody's looking to play, come join. And most of the times, somebody will join in with you. It's really cool. We've been seeing a lot more people recently hop in there, some new faces, and Deadly stays up late and pretty much will play with anybody who's in there. Yeah. I don't stay up as late.
What do you mean pretty much? Are there people that you're like, no?
Nah, screw them. No. Pretty
much every single person.
Yeah. But I do not stay up that late. I have to wake up early and stuff like that. So you'll catch me earlier in the night, But yeah, hop in there and let's play some games together, guys. Then we also have a section in there where you could ask anybody on the podcast questions. If they're decent questions and not something that we just answer in two words or 3 seconds on the Discord, we'll bring them up in an episode and we'll discuss them here for you guys. And
did you see we actually had a couple questions today?
Yeah, we did actually.
My favorite one was, where do chibi beasties come from?
I answered it. I did answer it. But yeah, ask us questions if you have any, and leave us. There's also a section for suggestions. If you have any suggestions for the podcast, we're open ears. Let us know. But besides that, guys, I just want to let everybody know again that we are sponsored by Immortal Workshop. So you will find his.
He almost said it. He almost
What's
said
that?
it. Deadly. You got anything else to say? He almost said it. No. All right, go ahead.
So check out Immortal Workshop in the description. Yeah, he's a partner with MetaZoo. If you're shopping MetaZoo, make sure you're shopping with the partners. Check out Immortal Workshop. What, Deadly? What else you got, dude?
Nothing. Don't ask me that.
All right, guys.
I wasn't even laughing at that. I was laughing at he answered the "Where do chibi cryptids come from?" seriously.
I did, yes.
By his response.
I did a biological answer. Yeah.
Seed and pollen, then eggs or womb, depends on if mammal cryptid or not.
It's a real answer. I took science.
We will answer your questions on the podcast. But we will laugh while we do.
I took a biology class in 7th grade, guys. Come on. I know where chibis come from.
Where chibis go. Good question. That was a good question.
We are done with the episode. We appreciate everybody watching. And leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz, and we will catch you next time, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.